Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing a Q&A with my husband. Are you happy to be here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so I basically did like a story on Instagram asking people to ask us questions, and some of the questions are the same, so I just pick one of each because if not, this video is going to be long, and obviously I don't want to be repeating myself as well. So I just want to say massive thank you to everyone who took part in this Q&A. And yeah, let's go. First question is, how old is your husband?
I'm 34.
And then the next question is, what's your favorite thing about visiting Sierra Leone, and how did you feel when you first met your wife?
That's two separate questions, I suppose. So Sierra Leone, yeah, it's a beautiful country. I think the main thing about it was just the beauty of it, like diversity of it, having the beaches and also the mountainous terrains and everything. It was the scenery, I'd say. And what's the second question?
The question is, how did you feel when you met your wife?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I would have been happy because I met you for the first time. So yeah, I think nervous and excited and happy all mixed into one.
Oh. Okay. The next question is, does he want another baby?
Baby. It's not that I don't want babies. I think everyone's in the same boat that can't always afford to sort of have a mansion with unlimited bedrooms and all of that lot. So being, sensible, I'd say that I would like other children, but want to make sure that everything's, we've got the right things in place to make sure that they have a good life. But in terms of like right now, I'd say I probably need to wait a little bit.
Yeah, we have to wait. Next question is, can your husband please... Oh, what was that? Oh my gosh. The next question is, can your husband please take a nationality test? Like those plastic ones. We love you. So basically people want to know where you're from. Because no one can, they don't believe me when I tell them.
For some reason I get that a lot, just in general with friendship groups and, anyone that I've met over the years. But believe it or not, my family, as far back as I can record on, looking into it through my grandparents and great grandparents and so on that have done family trees, is as far back as I think we can go, it's always sort of links to England or within the UK. So maybe one day I'll do an actual test. I'll have to see which one's the right one to do, to see what it traces back to, but we all go back to the same source at the end of the day, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's links all over the place.
We'll definitely have to do that one day, and then we can find the roots to, this question. And the next question is, what do you find incredible about your wife, and what drives you insane about her? Ooh, I love these questions, guys.
One's harder to answer than the other.
Deep down,
right, so what do I find incredible? I find incredible that, I suppose I'll answer it in a couple of ways. So one is that Fatima is very sort of caring, and as a partner has always been very thoughtful in everything she's done. So I find that, above all things, that she's genuinely thoughtful in everything she does as a huge thing to me in the relationship. As a mum also, she just does everything for the children, so you can just see the love in everything that she does in providing for the children, but not just that, like planning events and just the hard work that goes into that. So yeah, the two-part answer to that first question. What was the other one?
The other one was, what drives you insane about her?
What drives you insane? Yeah, well, there's loads of stuff. Loads of stuff. I don't know what to say to not embarrass you.
I think let's just skip to the next question.
I'll pick one. That she's just incredibly loud. So if you're in a situation where you're going like, oh, did you see that person? Did you see what they did? She'd be like, what? What do they do over there? And like everyone in the room will look. So yeah, that's quite annoying.
I'm African, I can't help it. Sorry guys, I just can't. Okay, the next question is, what are the biggest challenges since kids came, you're married, and how did you manage them? So basically, since we're having kids, what's the biggest challenges?
So again, I think anyone who's had children will understand that when you have children, it becomes, say you have 100% of your time, then you get to a relationship and you might have 75% of your time, 25% of your time you might spend with your partner, and then when you have children, it's like you go to having about 10% of your own time, because the rest of it's consumed by having children, being a pair, in a relationship, work, everything. So I think that the free time part was the biggest sort of struggle in adjusting, and I think it always will be. But it's also, I think everyone will say the same, it's the biggest blessing in the world to have children. So it's natural to get stressed and natural to be tired, and it's there's no point of beating yourself up, or I have done in the past, but everyone goes through the same thing, and the good thing is just to sort of talk about it, because it is stressful, but it's also the best thing. So and what was the second part of that?
How do we manage it?
How do we manage it? So it's just, I think again, sacrifice. Like, you have to realise that I'm someone who always wants to get involved in loads of different sports and loads of different things, and I thought I was going to be boxing champion of the world, and I'm going to do American football, and I'm going to play this, and I'm going to do that, and you just start to sort of, I think, become a little bit more realistic with what you want from life and how you're going to, what's a priority, what you need to do, and children always come first in those decisions. So it's sometimes sad to sort of not go boxing 6 times a week, but in the you're planning for the future of your children, and that's more important. So it's sacrifices, but obviously doesn't mean you stop doing everything you enjoy doing, but you just plan it in. Like, if it really matters, you'll find time for it. So
definitely, having kids is not an easy job. You just have to be ready for it.
Well, I don't think anyone's really ready for it, to be honest. Like, I know that's good advice, but you're never going. Whatever anyone else tells you, your child and your experience is going to be completely different.
To others, true. See, because when you become parents, you can't do full-time work. One person have to do part-time. If not, all your money is going to end up going to a childminder. So you have to basically plan yourself, and just see how it works for you. The next question is, what's your favorite thing about each other?
Well, I suppose we kind of just answered it, in that you're very thoughtful, and that's a huge thing amongst many other things. That the reason that I'm with you and we've stayed together
so long, guys, coming up to 10 years.
So I'd say that's a big part. So what's yours?
I think it's the same thing. Like, he's really thoughtful. He always makes sure me and the kids come first in everything that he does. Like, for instance, when I was at uni, he used to drive 2 hours to come and see me every weekend, and for me to go to work, he will come down on a Friday night, and I have work at the weekend, and he will wait for me to finish work, pick me up, just to spend just a few hours with me. And that's just so nice. And also the kids as well. And recently we had this thing about having like a takeaway, and I was craving Caribbean food. We got it, and it wasn't nice because the place that we usually get it, they were closed. And Jamea is here. Let's you guys kids. Water. Jamea, you don't need to play with water. It's there, but you don't need to play with it. Okay, go play them with Nyla. Okay, Jamea, mommy and daddy are doing something. Go play with Nyla. Go on. I don't even know where I was. So recently about the Jamaican food, like I was craving it, and then we end up getting it. It wasn't nice because it's not the place that we usually get it, and then he realized that I was really upset about that. And then he came home from work and actually came with proper nice Jamaican food, which was really nice and thoughtful of him. And I don't know how we're gonna do this now. The girls are here. Girls, can you go to your bedroom, please? Get your water bottle there, Nyla. Can you go to your bedroom? Thank you. Yeah, go on then. Thank you. Oh gosh. Yes. This is why he's having kids. This is what you have. Oh my goodness. We love them to bits, but this is what we get. We can't have a conversation because they will walk in and but yeah. Next question. Nyla and Jamea, what's wrong? Okay, I need to go find out what's wrong. We're back. Sibling fighting, Nyla and Jamea. Oh, this is what it's like having kids. So the next question is, what are some of the struggles of being in an interracial couple? In person, I don't think we get that a lot. Like, people, I get that a lot on social media. Like in person, I don't think anyone will come to your face and be like, oh, why are you two together, this, that.
Don't get me wrong, it does happen to people.
Yeah, it does happen, but it hasn't happened to us because I don't think anyone will be that brave enough to. First of all, I have like a resting B face 24/7, so you can't even bring that mess to me. But on social media, we get that a lot. Obviously, being on TikTok and having a lot of following, Instagram as well, we get that a lot. But now I just block and move on because at the end of the day, anyone can fall in love with whoever they want. Be whoever they want, like just be happy and that's it. It doesn't matter for me personally, it doesn't matter the race because I've dated black guys before and obviously it didn't work out and here I am, but we don't get that in person, so I don't think we really have that. And anyone that have something to say in person in my face? Anywho, I'm gonna stop talking now before you. Yeah, next question. The next question.
You said you met on Facebook. How did you get convinced of dating the person you saw online? Someone who had interests and being a certain person without having to date in my area, and that was the main reason behind the reason why I went online.
The next question is, we should have done this when the kids are not home, but then again, we'll always have them with us, so we're never going to do this if we don't do it now. The next question is, Jamea, mommy's on the phone. The next question is, what are the biggest things you feel you have in common apart from the kids?
In common? Sometimes they say opposites attract, I suppose, but there's lots of things that we clash on. But in common, like immediately springs to mind, I'd say an interest in sort of films and holidays, like travelling. I suppose these common things that people are going to say, oh, everyone has that in common. But those are the things that spring to mind, that we are genuinely interested in seeing the world. So there's that part that is something that we share, and it'd be something that we would want to do more of.
Yeah, we used to do it before kids.
And again, there's others, interested in other cultures. So, having a look into, when we've gone to places like Thailand, for example, all the different aspects of the culture, the cuisine, everything like that. So I'd say those sort of things.
Yes, this Q&A is a mess, but that's life. When you have kids, you just know.
What attracted you to your wife? We kind of answered that one already, haven't we?
Yeah, like being thoughtful.
Like when I first saw Fatima, again, I'm not someone who, obviously online, so I'm not going to certain words. I talk straight in that I'm not going to go and just say a load of stuff because I want people to like me. And the truth is, when anyone's attracted to someone, there is an aspect of looks, isn't there? So Fatima, very attractive woman, and when we first met as well, you were extremely attractive. Not that you're not attractive now, you're a beautiful, beautiful woman. But when I first saw Fatima as well, there was that initial visual attraction, and then we got talking online, and she was funny, and we got along, and asked her on a date, we met in person, and it was legitimate. She was still the same way. It wasn't.
I wasn't a catfish.
Exactly. And there was actually a moment when I thought, I think there's something, it's too good to be true. So I actually said, can you get on Skype and give me a call, because I want to see that you're actually real. And we had a Skype call, and once I knew that you were real, we met up, went out for some food, and everything went from there. Went for a few dates before I asked you out, and we're here now.
2 kids, 10 years, almost 10 years later. So it's been very long time. And how did you know he was the right in person to marry? I'm gonna answer this one because I never believe in marriage for many reasons. Back to my childhood, like having family members not being, obviously you guys know, like, because I'm Muslim, I was Muslim. Muslim people, you're allowed to marry more than one wife, having that, and I'm like, that's not right. If you love someone, you should just be with that person. Why do you want another wife? Or so I've never really believed in marriage, because I'm thinking, I don't believe in having 2 wives, or even family members being with their husband for long. I've never saw that, so I'm like, nah. But when I met him, he literally changed that for me. So I was like, when we start speaking, and I see the way he loves his family, he's a family guy, because I love my grandparents because they raised me, and I see the way he adored his grandparents as well. I was like, that's my man. So we're here. Sometimes I'm a bit annoying to him, but hey, it is what it is. It's only thinking she's mad annoying. I'm not going to say that on here, but I think that's what changed about, I think it was just enough for me to, say, I'm going to marry him. So, next question is, how many kids do you guys planning of having?
Again, I think that it probably 3, 4 tops.
He wants 4, but I'm just like, imagine 4 of Jamaica.
After having 2, I feel like I think it would be very stressful. And again, like I said earlier on, the whole financials and everything else.
That's a big thing.
Ideally,
as well.
in my head, I'm just saying like a straight answer that I'd always wanted to have a big family. So I'd say 4, but let's see what happens.
Next question is, what's his favorite African dish that you cook?
Okay. There's quite a few, to be honest. So we're talking African rather than Caribbean.
Like Sierra Leonean food. I think that's what it meant to say.
Groundnut.
Groundnut soup.
Chicken. Yeah.
With chicken inside. And cassava leaf as well. And stew.
I do like all of them, but I'd say that the groundnut one is
like your favourite.
Yeah, and I like oxtail as well, which is nice.
That's not African, that's Jamaican. Oh, if you put oxtail in the stew, he liked that.
Yeah. There's different, however you have it, but there's oxtail-based dish is good, but specifically Sierra Leonean is groundnut chicken, soup. Rice.
I like this one. What's your favourite thing about both your daughters?
Favourite thing about my daughters?
Like everything about them.
That's the thing.
Like literally everything.
They're both just amazing. They're both
different.
Blessings that at the end of the day, I thank God every day that I've been blessed with everything that I have, especially my 2 daughters. But they are individually different. So Nyla, I would say that she is very. She stepped into being someone who was quite a sort of shy and timid girl to being very adventurous and play acting and becoming a lovely young girl. And Jamaia's just become straight up fearless since she came out of the womb.
Yeah.
She's a funny little bundle of energy, and I just like the way that she's completely she's fearless and she's so loving as well at the same time. Like she will actually cuddle she's very cuddly as well. So,
yeah. They both are. Like,
yeah, they both are.
They tell us that they love us like 10 times a day.
They're very good girls.
We're just so blessed to have them both. Like, they're really sweet. And they're sweet to each other as well, so which is really good. Even, well, sometimes, but you guys know siblings fight, but deep down they still have that love for each other.
Cool.
So, this question is good. What do you like being a girl dad?
What do I like being about? Being
a girl dad.
Yeah, again, so like when I first, I do go off on tangents quite a lot, but like when I first we were planning on having children, I instantly thought I want to have a boy first because I want to be able to sort of, the whole man thing where you get the boy ready to be able to look after the family and all of that sort of stuff. So when I had a girl first, I was kind of a bit shocked, to be honest. I was like, well, what am I going to do now? But it was actually, it's really, really good because the girls are so caring and considerate, and I think the best thing is just the love and the love and the just
they have that modelling care, like.
Yeah, I think that it's hard to explain really, but the fact that I'm very proud, and it's nice to sort of be involved with their sort of games and scenarios and plays, and just I've not experienced that obviously before, and all of it's exciting, but just the sort of play acting, I suppose, is quite fun.
Having afternoon tea,
yeah,
princesses.
Yeah.
Daddy, come sit down. Daddy's like, okay.
Yeah.
He is the best dad ever. Like, the girls, they adore him. As you guys see in the video, literally, they're daddy's girls, both of them. When he walked in the house, they get so happy, and when it's bedtime, they just love their dad so much, and they are really, really blessed to have him because he's an amazing man, and yeah, they're just so happy to be with their dad. It's like a DM. So I think this one is for me. We can both answer it. What's your biggest achievement? For me personally, I know people are gonna be like, oh, everyone will say their kids, but my kids are my biggest achievements because I'm just so blessed to have them. They're honestly, like Nyla, because Nyla is my first, so she, when people usually say, oh, your first kid is really like, calm, and that Nyla was literally that baby. She was so calm, so sweet. She's still so calm and so sweet now. She tells me she loves me. She tells me I'm pretty. Even Jamea today, first time she said, oh mommy, you're so pretty. I was like, oh Jamea, they're literally my biggest achievements. I'm so blessed to have them. And the next question is, this person said 3 questions. What is your best childhood memory? Oh, I have loads. Because my grandparents raised me in Sierra Leone, and I had the best childhood. We didn't have much, but they made me feel like I have the entire world in my hand. Like, the one childhood that I'm always is gonna always live with me with my nan, because my nan used to sell food. If you're Sierra Leonean, you will know, like, she used to have like this, like outside of her house, she used to cook food in the morning and sell it. It's not like a restaurant, but it's like kind of a restaurant. And we used to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning cooking in the kitchen, and she used to tell me stories of how she met my granddad, how she grew up. I love those moments with her. Just me and her, 6 o'clock in the morning in the kitchen cooking. So those are my best childhood memories with them. May they so rest in peace. I miss them so much. And the next question is, what has been the best moment in your life? Ooh, 3. Having my kids. Actually, no, having Nyla, getting married, and having Jamea. Literally, I cannot tell you the feelings when I had Nyla. I think every mom, when they give you that baby in your hand, that feeling that you get, I can't explain it. And obviously, when I got married as well, in front of my granddad, in front of my grandma, I know my granddad's spirit was around. That just did it for me. Taking him to Sierra Leone, because I always say to myself, if I'm gonna get married, that man has to go to Sierra Leone to pay my bride price, because my grandparents raised me. Unfortunately, when we were planning it, my granddad passed away within like a month. Was it months? Yeah, he passed away in October. No, 2 months in October. and I was planning to go to Sierra Leone in December. The wedding's supposed to be in January the following year. Unfortunately passed away, but it was involved in the planning, so that's how I know his spirit was around. So having that's one of just icing on the cake for me my entire life, because I know it means the world to my grandparents, you know, experiencing that and me going there, just show them respect because they raised me, so they have to have my bride price. So that's 3 of my best moments in my life. Do you want to answer that as well?
Yeah.
What's your biggest achievement?
Hit the nail on the head with the kids.
Yeah.
So that's granted. But I'd say there's lots of little things in life.
Having a dream job?
Yeah, most recently I think that I'll summarise it quick. So always wanted to be in the fire service. I've done some bits previously, but was just recently in a job for around about 10 years, and had the courage to leave that job and pursue the dream that I had, which was, you know, being in the fire service whole time, and managed to achieve that. And you know, I'm very proud of myself, very proud of the job that I do, and you know, it's something that I feel very passionate about. So I'd say that is a big achievement. You know, children being number one, but that's something definitely most recently that I feel very happy about.
Yeah, and for you to leave what you was doing before and actually following your dreams, that I'm just so proud of you.
Sometimes it's the biggest, you know, it's one of the biggest and hardest things I've had to do, but it was also the best thing that I've done in terms of my career. You know, financially there's always a way to make more money, but if you're not, I'm genuinely happy to go to work, and there's not a better feeling in the world than going to work and actually loving being at work.
And you get to save life, and I get to say my husband is a hero.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well,
but
yeah, it's
everyone kind of like, you have your stereotypical, you know, it's a
you
different
are
thing.
the firefighter.
I do.
You are, you save life,
but it's you know, it's something that I want to be able to help people on the worst day of their life. That's what I want to do. I'd rather than having the stakes of being called something like that. It's just you know, I want to do something like that.
Can you guys see why I said he's really thoughtful and always put people first? That's one of the reasons I said that. And the other question is, what is the best memory of your childhood?
Again, there's loads, but I can remember just again spending time with family. So family that's passed now. We had really good, again with my grandparents on both sides of my mum and dad's side. Not too many to mention memories of going different places and doing different things, and just things like sitting around the breakfast table with my grandparents on both sides. Just those sort of warm feelings that, you know, forever stay with you.
And when we went to Legoland recently, he got the girls like this. What is it called?
It was so years ago when I was young. They still do them now, I think. But you used to have like the football stickers that you'd collect in football albums. And my granddad took me to Legoland because he saw I was so like obsessed with filling like the 1999 football calendar or whatever it was, like a long time ago. And he took me to Legoland to do like a sticker swap thing. I don't know, you know, been into something like that before, but it was you know, it was a good experience. You got to sort of complete the books that we'd had, and when I was there was like the rides and everything. So I remember being bought like one of these foam swords in like the in Legoland you've got a castle area and you can buy these little foam swords. So when I was there and this exact same castle was there, and we went this time round, I had to make sure that I bought that for my children, because I had that sort of like, you know, when you reconnect with that memory and it gives you that feeling. So it's good.
That was sweet. The girls were so happy.
Yeah.
The last question is, what has been the best moment in your life?
The best moments. Again, like there's so many. If I put family to one side, my career to one side, and obviously my relationship, my children, and everything to one side, I've had some really good experiences in terms of you know, with martial arts and with my friends. So I've got a very close friend who's more like a brother, Mike. So hi Mike, if you're watching. And congratulations on your baby, which was recently, you and Kirsty. But yeah, going to Thailand multiple times. We've gone over there on our adventures and training in Muay Thai over there and boxing just in general. Like just getting out and seeing the world and doing a bit of travelling and just sort of enjoying those moments which are great. So I'd say that the best moments, other than all of the ones we've spoken about, family and so on, are travelling and just sort of experiencing the world.
We need to start doing that more when the kids maybe.
Money, so to say.
Yeah, money and obviously the kids as well.
Yeah, but that does, they live lasting memories that you can always sort of draw on later on.
I think that's the end of the question because most of them are the same question. So I don't know if you guys hear us properly because the kids were in and out, but thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. And if you're new here, make sure you join the family. And also thank you to everyone who took part in this as well. And if you don't see your question, just know someone have already asked that question, so maybe your question didn't get to make it on here. But thank you so much. I saw all your questions and that's it today. Bye guys.